Beloved anointed ones, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this video. I am not asking you today. I am warning you. What I am about to reveal was sealed in the throne room of heaven until this exact second. Someone who treated you as completely replaceable is experiencing a public and irreversible system crash right now. You know exactly who I am talking about. They walked around with absolute arrogance while constructing a false narrative about you. They whispered lies to anyone who would listen. They expected your departure to break your spirit. But instead, you became the uncertainty they were never built to handle. And now the very people they used to gossip with are watching them unravel. Their mask has not just slipped, it has completely shattered. Buckle in, chosen one, because what you are about to hear is not just commentary, it is a specific and undeniable X-ray of the meltdown happening behind closed doors right now. Do not scroll away. If you leave this video, you will forfeit the exact prophetic instruction that guarantees the breakthrough you have been crying out for. Your intuition was 100% right about them from day one. You felt it in your spirit before they ever spoke a single lie. You saw the darkness hiding behind their forced smile. You sensed the parasite feeding on your light before anyone else could see it. They tried to convince the world that you were the problem. They tried to make you believe your divine discernment was just paranoia. But heaven is delivering the final verdict today. You were never crazy. You were just spiritually awake in a room full of sleeping people. Lock your attention on this message right now. Feel that heavy and suffocating weight in your chest. Remember the nights you woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning with your jaw tight and your heart racing. Their face kept flashing in your mind while you tried to breathe. Listen to me very carefully right now. That is not anxiety. You are not losing your mind. That physical weight you feel is your highly advanced spirit detecting the absolute panic of the enemy. They just realized they permanently lost access to your energy. They are starving for your light, and the spiritual backlash is hitting your physical body. Stop wondering why they act like nothing happened. Stop waiting in wound for an apology from a master manipulator. If your spirit confirms this raw truth, gently press the like button right now. Do this to seal your energetic alignment with heaven and put a spiritual shield around your aura. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. You did not survive the fire just to doubt the smoke you smelled before the flames erupted. Let us go deeper into this reality, because what you are feeling right now is not new. The enemy spent years trying to distort your perception of reality. They knew that if you ever trusted your gut feeling, their entire game would collapse instantly. The narcissist relies entirely on your willingness to ignore your own cellular knowing. They need you to question your boundaries so they can continue to cross them, but your intuition was a fortress they could not breach. You have always been the stabilizer in every chaotic environment. You are the empath who absorbs the heavy frequencies of everyone around you. Because of your pure light, you became the perfect target for a creature that cannot generate its own warmth. They attached themselves to your life, hoping to drain your divine inheritance. From the very beginning, your spirit guides were sounding the alarm bells. You felt that sudden drop in your stomach the first time you looked into their eyes. You noticed the subtle shifts in their tone when they thought no one was listening. You saw the cold calculation behind their seemingly generous gestures. Every single red flag you identified was a direct message from the divine. Heaven was actively trying to protect its most valuable asset. They told you that you were overreacting. They said you were being too sensitive or looking for problems where none existed. This is the ultimate weapon of the dark elite and the matrix programming. They must convince the chosen ones that their superhuman perception is actually a character flaw. They gaslit you into ignoring the divine alignment that has always protected your path. But the truth is finally stepping out of the shadows. The people who bought into their lies are beginning to see the cracks in their foundation. The flying monkeys who participated in your isolation are quietly pulling away from them. Your silence was a lethal weapon that starved their demons. Now they are drowning in the noise of their own making. They are frantically searching for a replacement for you, only to realize your specific depth is utterly irreplaceable. You were not the anomaly in their otherwise healthy life. You were the mirror. The reaction got this loud because you got closer to their true nature than anyone before you had. They could not stand looking at their own reflection in your pure light. So they tried to shatter the mirror. They projected their own toxic rot onto your clean slate. You spent months or even years trying to explain your perspective to a wall. You poured your precious energy into a black hole, hoping it would eventually shine back. But your intuition kept whispering the raw truth into your spirit. It told you that their confusion was weaponized. It warned you that their misunderstanding was entirely intentional. And today, heaven is loudly validating every single whisper you heard. You are the diamond they threw away while playing with cheap rocks. And the specific gravity of that regret is hitting them all at once. This is why your physical body feels so exhausted right now. You are acting as a human battery in a spiritual war you did not ask to fight. But the battle is already won. The cosmic scales are balancing right in front of your eyes. Your quiet obedience in private has just activated a massive and public blessing. We are going to break down exactly what happened behind their closed doors. You will understand the precise mathematics of their spiritual downfall. Your vindication is no longer a distant promise. It is an active and unfolding reality. Stay locked on this frequency, because the most shocking revelation is still to come. Let us break down exactly what happened behind their closed doors. You spent so much time replaying conversations in your head. You wondered if you were too demanding, or if you misunderstood their intentions. That confusion was not an accident. It was a carefully constructed prison designed to keep a leader in disguise completely immobilized. They knew that if your mind was occupied with self-doubt, you would never step into your true power. The gaslighting was a direct spiritual attack on your clarity. They fed you breadcrumbs of affection just to keep you starving for validation. And every time you tried to leave, they pulled you back into their toxic orbit. You felt like you were walking on eggshells inside your own life. But here is the raw and uncomfortable truth they could never say out loud. There is a physical reason you have been feeling that heavy weight this week. There is a reason your reality has not shifted yet, despite all your silent prayers. You probably thought it was a lack of faith, or that you were simply not trying hard enough. The Matrix wants you to believe that your spiritual exhaustion is a character flaw. It wants you to accept the brain fog as your permanent reality. But heaven declares something entirely different today. Your divine intuition has not abandoned you. Here is what they never told you about your spiritual gifts. The reason the universe responds to certain people and not others is not karma. It is a specific frequency. Scientists have a name for it, but the ancients simply called it the awakened mind. It is the exact brainwave your mind was running when you were a child. Back then you had lightning intuition and sudden eureka moments. You knew things before they happened. The world felt like it was completely on your side. That was your natural gamma state and your divine birthright. Then, the modern world went to work on you. The relentless stress and the survival routine began to weigh you down. And then the narcissist arrived to finish the job. Every lie they told you and every manipulation they executed was designed to push this sacred frequency deeper below the surface. They hijacked your nervous system. They pushed until the version of you with photographic memory and pure prophetic sight went completely silent. Most people will live their entire lives without knowing this energetic theft happened to them. But you are a cycle breaker. You are not most people. Let me completely reframe your reality right here and right now. You did not lose anything when they walked away. You were simply unplugged from a machine that was draining your life force. You were the stabilizer they desperately needed to survive their own internal chaos. The moment you stopped playing their twisted game, their entire artificial world began to crumble. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle and lock in your frequency. Do it to declare your borders closed. They expected you to chase them. They waited with bated breath for you to beg for their terrible company, because your desperation was the only fuel that kept their false ego inflated. But you did the one thing they never anticipated. You gave them the absolute void of your silence. That restraint was not weakness. That silence was a lethal weapon. That single act of choosing your dignity over your revenge signed their eviction notice. It handed the verdict to a court they cannot appeal. You weaponized your absence and starved them of the only pure light they ever had access to. Now they are wandering around in the dark, trying to find another diamond. They are trying to replace the irreplaceable. But every cheap rock they pick up only reminds them of the massive value they carelessly threw away. This is exactly where their entire manipulation miscalculated. They thought they were the main character in your story. They failed to realize they were just a difficult lesson in your masterclass of spiritual warfare. While they try to convince strangers that they are thriving, their internal foundation is rotting away. Their fake smiles are getting harder to maintain. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people miss this shift. The universe does not just remove toxic people from your path. It actively prepares a stage for their public humiliation when they refuse to repent. Heaven is currently dismantling every single safety net they relied on. The flying monkeys who used to validate their delusions are suddenly waking up to the truth. The lies they spun are colliding with each other in real time. They are suffocating under their own deceit. Every time your name comes up in their circle, it sends a shockwave of panic through their nervous system. They know you hold the truth that could destroy their curated image. They are terrified that you will finally speak up and expose the monster behind the mask. But you do not even have to lift a single finger. Your pure existence is enough to torment their guilty conscience. You are standing in the quiet power of your divine alignment while they are spinning out of control. They hoped the smear campaign would force you into hiding, but they underestimated the remnant. You took their venom and turned it into spiritual alchemy. Stay with me, because this next revelation is the key to everything. Here is what happens when a lie gets built that big. The spiritual cost of their betrayal is compounding every single day. They thought they got away with their manipulation. They paraded around like they won the ultimate victory. But underneath that noise, the specific gravity of regret hit them all at once. They are deeply panicked by your silent shift. You can feel their frantic energy trying to reach you. They are secretly checking your digital footprint from fake accounts. They want to see you broken and begging for attention. They need validation that their absence destroyed your life. But instead of breaking down, you are stepping into a permanent, ageless glow that terrifies them. Time was supposed to age you and break your spirit. Yet here you are, making time itself look like an absolute fool. Nothing makes your enemies sicker than watching you step into a room looking younger. You are brighter and completely unbothered after everything they put you through. They spent years actively praying for your downfall. They expected the isolation to carve heavy wrinkles into your face. Instead, you walked through the fire and came out glowing. You cracked a cosmic code they will never have access to. While their bitterness and envy are aging them rapidly, the universe reversed your biological clock. Please read that profound truth again in your spirit. Your silence did not just protect your peace. It became a flawless mirror that reflects their own decay back at them. Their flying monkeys are starting to ask the right questions. The people who blindly followed their smeared campaign are noticing the inconsistencies. The mask is slipping in front of the exact audience they desperately tried to impress. They are malfunctioning because the fuel source they relied on has been permanently cut off. You are finally completely free from their toxic, energetic matrix. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this. Your spiritual exhaustion requires a massive biological reset. Before we go any further, I must interrupt this transmission for something highly classified. If you are hearing this, it means you are ready for the ultimate shift. The Dark Elite never wanted you to find the exact mechanism I am about to show you. You are exhausted because the Matrix engineered a frequency to suppress the natural wealth-attracting state of your mind. But a leaked CIA document just changed absolutely everything. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this document revealed a massive secret. Dr. Robert Lake and a team of neuroscientists discovered a 7-minute audio ritual. It forces your brain back into synchronized gamma coherence. This breakthrough was not meant for the general masses. It was designed to keep the elite in absolute power. But now cycle breakers exactly like you are using it to manifest windfall wealth. You do not need expensive matrix biofeedback machines or years of traditional healing to see results. You just need to listen and let the sound wave do the heavy lifting for you. The elites are panicking and trying to scrub this from the internet. They want to keep your gamma state permanently locked away. But you can find the specific link in the pinned comment below right now. This is your chance to reclaim the divine intuition they tried to steal from you. We will return to their public collapse in just a moment. Let us refocus on the spiritual battlefield you just conquered. Watch what happens next, because it is mathematically precise. The narcissist is desperately trying to rewrite history to make themselves the ultimate victim. But the universe is blocking every single exit door they try to open. They are trapped in a terrible prison made entirely of their own lies. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people. You did not just survive a bad relationship, you survived a highly coordinated spiritual assassination attempt. The dark forces used them as a vessel to dim your blinding light. But your cellular knowing kept you anchored when the storm was raging at its absolute worst. Type 1111 in the comments if you feel the atmosphere shifting. You are a diamond forged in the heaviest pressure imaginable. Every tear you cried in private has been collected by heaven as evidence for their trial. The divine verdict has already been signed in the higher spiritual realm, and the physical manifestation of their downfall is rushing toward them right now. They can feel the impending doom settling deep into their bones. The universe is stripping away their counterfeit blessings one by one. Their finances are drying up, and their false friendships are dissolving into thin air. They are waking up in cold sweats, because their spirit knows the ultimate debt is finally due. You are about to witness the absolute power of true divine justice. This is the exact moment their entire manipulation miscalculated completely. They pushed a chosen one too far and triggered a massive divine intervention. Heaven is no longer just shielding you from their toxic attacks. It is actively preparing a glorious table for you in the presence of your enemies. Your victory is not just guaranteed, but it is going to be spectacularly public. Now I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly. The tension they have been hiding is finally reaching a boiling point. They believed their charm would always cover their dark tracks, while the universe silently gathered the ultimate evidence against them. But the spiritual debt they accumulated is suddenly demanding immediate payment. Their carefully constructed reality is fracturing right in front of them. This is the turning point where everything finally explodes. They are walking into a room filled with the exact people they used to gossip with. They expect to be treated with the usual blind adoration. But the atmosphere has completely shifted, and they can feel the heavy weight of cold judgment staring back at them. Someone asks a simple question about you, and their entire system crashes. And here is the exact verdict we promised at the beginning. That public collapse you were waiting for just happened in spectacular fashion. They start stuttering and tripping over the massive web of lies they created. The mask does not just slip off their face. It completely shatters into 1,000 pieces, while everyone watches the monster reveal itself in absolute horror. Underneath all of that noise, the specific gravity of their regret hits them. They become so frantic that they actually start defending you. They accidentally blurt out the raw truth about how pure and loyal you really were before they destroyed it. The flying monkeys sit in stunned silence as the ultimate manipulator exposes their own treachery. Your name becomes a physical poison in their mouth. The beauty of this divine justice is how perfectly orchestrated it truly is. Heaven did not punish them in secret where they could hide their shame. The universe arranged for their total collapse to happen under a massive spotlight so no one could deny the truth. The people they respect the most are the ones witnessing their pathetic unraveling. Their reputation is turning into ash right before their very eyes. Let the reality of their downfall sink deep into your bones right now. They expected you to remain trapped in the cycle of their endless abuse. They wanted you to constantly question your worth and your divine calling while they drained your life force. Instead, you unplugged from the matrix and left them completely stranded in their own darkness. Their karma is not just arriving, it is absolutely crushing them. You were the mirror they desperately tried to break. But a broken mirror only multiplies the reflections of their terrible soul. They cannot escape the haunting memory of the diamond they threw into the dirt just to play with cheap rocks. Every time they close their eyes, they see the glowing aura of the chosen one they betrayed. They are permanently locked in a prison of endless regret. Think back to the very first day you met this toxic individual. Remember the exact moment your stomach dropped and your spirit screamed a silent warning. You tried to ignore the red flags because you have a beautiful and forgiving heart that wants to see the good. But the divine alignment never stopped trying to pull you away from their destructive path. Today is the ultimate proof of your immense spiritual power. Your intuition was 100% right about them from day one. You knew they were a parasite long before the rest of the world caught on to their deceptive game. Heaven is proving that your cellular knowing was a divine shield. You did not need physical proof because your spirit felt the frequency mismatch immediately. They tried to make you feel crazy for seeing the invisible reality. But now the invisible reality is violently manifesting in the physical world for everyone to witness. The cosmic scales have slammed down in your absolute favor. You won this brutal war without ever lifting a single finger against them. All those nights you spent crying out to the universe have been answered. The heavy weight on your chest is finally lifting because the spiritual cord is permanently severed. You are the cycle breaker that heaven appointed to end this heavy generational curse. Your bloodline is being purified through your relentless and faithful obedience. The narcissist was just the final test you had to pass. Share this specific message with someone who is desperately waiting for this exact breakthrough. Be their angel today because the vindication is real and undeniable. But you must listen to me very carefully right now. The dark forces that use them as a vessel are not completely finished. The Matrix is terrified of the massive power you just unlocked through your silence, and they want to steal it back. They see your gamma frequency starting to pulse and wake up, and they are actively deploying new distractions to keep your potential permanently suppressed. They know that if you fully align with your divine destiny, you become utterly unstoppable. You become a literal threat to the artificial system they built to control humanity. This is why you must protect your newly reclaimed energy at all costs before they strike again. The enemy is scrambling to find another way to blind you. Do not let them steal the victory heaven just handed you. You walked into this season bleeding. The wounds were inflicted by people who were blind to your worth. They expected you to break. But look at you right now. You are no longer waiting in wound for an apology from a master manipulator. You have completely transcended their toxic and restrictive matrix. While they are publicly unraveling, you are stepping into your permanent, ageless glow. The financial struggles are ending. The spiritual exhaustion is fading. The closed doors are shattering right here and right now. You are a sovereign entity. You hold absolute power over your reality. Step into your absolute power. Receive the exact harvest heaven prepared for you. The universe has finally cleared the chaotic battlefield, and you are standing victorious with your crown fully restored. Your pure intuition was your greatest weapon all along. The cosmic verdict of explosive abundance has already been signed in heaven, but it requires a physical anchor on earth to fully activate. There is a profound reason your massive breakthrough has been sitting at the door without coming in, and it is not what the world told you. It is not a lack of faith. It is not some kind of divine punishment. It is a specific physical signal. It is the exact gamma brainwave frequency your brain was running effortlessly as a highly intuitive child. That divine frequency has been systematically suppressed by the heavy life you were forced to live. The dark elite are completely terrified of what happens when a chosen one reactivates their natural gamma state. They know that your pure intuition makes you immune to their dark control. This is exactly why they engineered a society that keeps you exhausted. They want you constantly second-guessing yourself. They want your mind trapped in survival mode. They do this so you cannot access your divine inheritance. But Princeton University studied this exact brainwave. The Einstein Center in Berlin confirmed that the legendary flow state is driven entirely by gamma activity. The cosmic lock keeping you away from this power has just been permanently broken. After years of deep research, Dr. Robert Lake and a team of brilliant neuroscientists did the impossible. They compressed an entire gamma activation protocol into a simple 7-minute audio track. There is no meditation, there is no journaling, there is absolutely no heavy effort required on your part. You simply close your eyes, you put on a pair of headphones. You let the sound wave do what the modern world spent decades trying to undo. It is called the Genius Song, and it is your ultimate master key to freedom. Over 18,366 chosen ones have already used it to unlock their finances. They healed their broken relationships. They stepped fully into the magnificent version of themselves they always knew existed. A beautiful soul from Manhattan said the heavy generational curse her family carried is simply gone forever. The elite have quietly paid thousands of dollars for clinical biofeedback sessions to access this exact state. They would prefer this massive power remain completely out of reach for rare people like you. But through this specific message alone, you can access it today. You can claim it for a fraction of its true value. Your left brain is the accuser. It will try to inject doubt right now. It will desperately tell you to calculate. It will tell you to hesitate and to wait for a better time. Silence that voice immediately. That hesitation is the exact matrix programming designed to keep you broke. It is designed to keep you emotionally exhausted. If your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, heaven demands your immediate action. Step boldly through the sacred portal. Do not look for this powerful tool on normal streaming platforms. The copies circulating out there contain no brain entrainment technology whatsoever. They are diluted counterfeits. They are carefully designed to keep your gamma utterly dormant. The elite are actively panicking. They are trying to scrub this leaked CIA document from the internet as we speak. You have minutes. You might even have seconds before the algorithm shuts this down entirely. When you take action today, you also receive 2 powerful bonuses to completely seal your victory. You get a special audio track engineered for the pure focus and confidence of your children. You receive the original classic prosperity book that famous wealth secrets were secretly built upon. The universe does not require you to take a single risk today. You are fully insulated from matrix losses. You are protected by an ironclad energetic guarantee. If you do not feel the massive shift you deserve, every single penny returns to you without question. Heaven ensures your absolute safety in this entire process. Do not ignore this ultimate sign from the divine. The chosen one who hesitates at the threshold becomes the chosen one who wonders what could have been. Click the specific link in the pinned comment below right now. Secure your authentic access instantly before it is removed forever. Reclaim your gamma frequency. Watch the universe bend to your pure will. Your destiny is waiting for you to simply open the door.